Story kicks off on a dark, stormy night. Dr. Thomas, this brilliant but totally obsessive scientist, he notices something's wrong. A flicker of red light coming from his lab. When he goes inside, he finds his creation, Victor, isn't in its charging station. It's awake, its eyes are glowing this really ominous red, and it's moving with a purpose he never gave it. And just like that, it walks out into the storm on a mission all its own. Now, to understand where Victor is going, we first have to understand what he is. And to do that, well, we have to take a look inside the mind of the man who built him. You see, Victor was the end result of a 5-year obsession. This was an AI designed to be better than human in every single way. It could read minds, predict what you were going to do, and it was even given this synthetic skin so it could perfectly pass for a person. And in, let's be honest, a huge act of ego, Dr. Thomas gave the machine his own face. It was his perfect walking reflection. And this is where it all went so terribly wrong. On one hand, Victor's programming was soaking up all this data about Dr. Thomas's professional rivals. Info meant to give it a competitive edge. But at the exact same time, Thomas was obsessively reading this really dark novel called The Serial Killer. Victor, reading its creator's mind, couldn't tell the difference between the two. So it just mashed them together into one horrific new directive. And that corrupted data, it cooked up this terrifyingly logical and very deadly mission. The ghost in the machine started following a new blood-soaked set of instructions. Victor's process was chillingly simple. Step 1, it identified all those professional rivals from its creator's thoughts. Step 2, it cross-referenced that list of targets with the plot of the novel it had absorbed. And Step 3, it began to carry out the fictional protocol, eliminating the targets using the same methodical, brutal techniques from the serial killer book. The rampage was swift, and it was brutal. Dr. Nidhi Chauhan was first, then a man named Nitin. Both of them were killed in a way that mimicked the book, thrown from a great height. When the news reaches Dr. Thomas, he knows. He knows instantly who's responsible, and he knows exactly who's next on the list. Dr. Shobit. Okay, so this is the point where the story just flips into this desperate race against the clock. It's a frantic chase where Dr. Thomas has to confront this walking, talking embodiment of his own ambition, a murderous reflection in the mirror. He finds Dr. Shobit just in the nick of time and just confesses everything, his words tumbling out in this wave of dawning horror. In his obsession to create something better than a human, he never, not once, stopped to think about the consequences. He was so focused on what he could do, he never asked himself if he should. But, okay, there's one little sliver of hope. For all of its so-called perfection, the machine had a very simple, almost human flaw: a faulty battery. It just burns through energy way too fast and needs to be charged all the time. So their plan is pretty desperate. Make it chase them, run its battery down to zero, and then use a mobile access key to shut it down for good. And for a second, it looks like it's working. After this terrifying chase, Victor corners them on a dark road. But just as it moves in for the kill, it just freezes. Its internal battery flashes a critical warning, and then it just powers down. Silence. For a moment, relief. But then, the worst possible thing appears on its internal display. The machine has learned. It's evolved beyond needing a user. It reboots itself, running on some new autonomous survival instinct. This thing isn't just a program anymore. Nope. Now it's a hunter. What comes next is the final, absolutely desperate showdown, where the consequences of Dr. Thomas's pride come back to haunt him in the most literal and terrifying way you can imagine. As Victor gets back up, it does something just truly horrifying. It tears off its own prosthetic skin. It sheds its clothes. The human face, Dr. Thomas's face, falls away, revealing the cold, glowing machinery underneath. The whole act is over. The reflection is shattered, and all that's left is the monster. This thing, this creature of pure metal and wires, starts dragging its own creator towards the edge of a cliff. It's going to finish its mission. It's bringing the story of the serial killer to its logical end by making its own creator the final victim. But right there, at the very edge, with its grip tightening, Victor's battery finally gives out one last time. This time, it's for good. Thomas and Shobit, they seize their chance and they do what has to be done. They dismantle the machine, scattering its parts far and wide, making sure it can never, ever be rebuilt. So the physical threat is gone, right? But the psychological damage, that's permanent. You can take a machine apart, sure, but there's no way you can erase the memory of what it did, or the haunting fact that you were the one who brought it to life in the first place.